Okay, so this is the Eclecticka again, sci-fi, animation, um, comic books, everything on that side. I want to say the geek side, but everything on the cool side.
Yeah, it's cool now.
It's cool now, right? It's cool to be
Um,
geek.
yeah,
Um,
sure. Ask Hollywood.
well, speaking of that, there's so many comic books becoming films. Now, yeah, and they've been doing it for years, but now it's a staple in Hollywood. Now, it's almost like you put out a book, then you make a graphic novel, and then you do a film. Is it a little too much, or does it work in the favor of comic book fans? You think?
Um, Being a fan, I don't think it's too much. I get a kick out of the Big Bang Theory. That's a good show for us geeks. Um, and I'm a 6'2", 300-pound geek, so let them call me that. But yeah, I am a little worried about the like. Do you remember when Indiana Jones came out?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And then after that, there were the Indiana Jones ripoffs.
Oh, there was
There was
Quartermain.
so many, and you just got. Uh, they kept giving it to us, but eventually, they stopped because we got sick. It got flooded,
It was too
and we
much.
stopped going. You
Right.
know, and the quality was cheaper too. You know,
Right.
as far as the comic books, the movies, it's been hit and miss.
Mm.
Um, Trevi Goodwin, there was a bad one. You say the
Right.
Avengers, and then you can say Catwoman, Thor,
Oh my
Daredevil.
goodness.
Uh, you
Don't bring
know,
up Catwoman.
Watchmen, and then you can say Elektra. It's
Right.
been hit and miss. Um, and then I'm also concerned. In fact, this was my article was about. I couldn't get it posted, but I'll try again tomorrow.
Mm.
Um,
Again, your article for Sonic Eclectic.
yes,
Okay. Okay.
yes.
TV
Everyone's
TV
favorite
film
news
section.
site.
Yeah. So please check that out. Look out for Dean on the
Yeah,
film
it'll
television
be
section.
on tomorrow. I have to make it two parts because it was too long.
Wow.
I kept getting error saving media attachment, and I kind of went on a little bit long, but I had a lot of good points. That was the issue.
Right.
And my other concern is uh, the uh, the originality that's put into the movie. For instance, the Avengers, made a lot of money,
Right.
right? But too much of what was in there I've seen before.
Right.
Do you remember when he learned what Loki's plans were, and Loki grabbed Tony Stark and he threw him out of the closed window,
Right.
right? That part of the
Mm-hmm.
movie, and it was a cool whatever. Okay, all right, but that was the opening to Watchmen years ago.
That's right. That's right.
Remember,
Throwing out that window and
Ozymandias grabbed Eddie Blake because Eddie knew what was going on, and he threw him out the closed window.
well, look at that with the 1960s Batman, where at the end he has to get rid of this bomb.
Right.
They put that in the new Batman.
They put that in the new Batman, and
Right.
and who else did that? What other billionaire superhero sacrificed himself to give up the bomb? Tony Stark in the Avengers.
Wow. Well,
Remember, he went after the nuke,
that's
and he
right.
went up, so he did it too.
I
Now,
hate
in
I
that
hate to
case,
mention this because I don't know if this is really bad. People might get upset, but Underdog.
all right, so listen, I'll tell you guys, everyone listening, I love every comic out there.
Right, but
Love.
I'm just saying, as far as superhero movies, Underdog did the same thing. Only difference is, Underdog,
Dude, I missed that one. I didn't see that one yet.
Underdog dug underneath the ground, and then it
Okay, he
blew
went
up.
underground.
Right,
Flying went under the ground. I don't know
right,
why.
instead of water.
But the
So,
thing is this, Seven, this is the thing with the Avengers
right,
and Dark Knight Rises. They came out the same year, 3-4 months apart.
right.
I'm seeing the same ending. And also, there's Captain America standing next to Tony Stark. Do you remember the ending to Captain America?
You know what? Out
How
of
he got
all of
frozen.
them, I didn't see. I kind of
You didn't
boycotted
see Cap?
that one
Okay,
for some
well, let me
reason.
tell you. Cap's fighting the Red Skull, gets rid of the Red Skull.
Right.
He's on this big plane full of missiles heading towards New York. So guess who sacrifices himself
Oh
to get
boy.
the missiles away from New York?
Yeah.
I'm like, not only are they copying from each other, they're
Mm.
copying from within each other.
Oh man. Is it the same writers?
I don't know if it's the same, right? I mean,
We might have to do some
I
research
don't. I don't
on
know
that.
if it's the same writers, but I mean, you figure if you were the actor in that movie, you could say, "Hey, I did that in my movie. What are you doing?" Uh, Plus, I mean, they're owned by Disney anyway. I mean, somebody from Disney just cares about the money.
Right.
I mean,
But somebody on the team had to read the
somebody. I mean,
script of the
it's like,
last five movies they put out.
yeah, stop with these bomb things. And like you said, Adam West did it right.
Right.
He's the one who did it right out of all of them,
Right. And first.
and first. But people forget. I don't know if we got this big collective ADD that's going on, or they were so excited that they finally got to see the Avengers on the screen that they didn't realize the cliches that were in there.
Right.
Another cliche in that was what got the team together, what motivated the team to fight.
Mm-hmm.
Coulson getting killed. It's always that's always been the biggest cliche in comics. I think is what makes the hero finally say, I'm gonna fight this
Right.
injustice.
I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. I'm gonna do it now because they
Yeah,
killed
because so and
Joey.
so died. Bruce Wayne, his parents died.
Oh man.
Spider-Man, it was Uncle Ben.
But then you know what? Let's even switch gears. Kung Fu flicks. I mean, it was always the revenging, the
Yeah,
father, the brother, or your place in the family. You know, it was always around the same thing. But yet, we never really got tired of that. So, what do you think? What is it about these big blockbuster movies that is like, all right, guys, come on, versus kung fu flicks?
well, you can get. I think the superhero movies have bigger audiences.
Mm.
I mean, you can get make Nightwing or Robin or whatever guy and make him do the kung fu in the movie. That you
Right.
satisfy both parties.
Right.
You know, and I know a lot of kung fu movies were reimagined in American movies as westerns.
Right.
The Seven Samurais became the Magnificent Seven with Yul Brynner. Um, I don't know if they've. I don't know, they just
I made
haven't
you
done.
think.
Yeah, well, yeah, you know what I say? Because I remember on Saturdays when I was a kid, they always play the kung fu movies on Saturdays. And they would play like at least three of them on Saturdays. That or three Dracula movies. That's what you got on Saturdays. This is before you got all these choices on cable. But with the today, I don't really see that many American-made ones, at least successful ones. And
Right.
Cano's last movie, what is it, 47?
Oh,
47.
47.
Remember
I
the Ronin?
I wanted
The
more. I wanted more from the character development and the script. I was very disappointed with that. In that
just
regard, effects were great. But you knew that the costumes were great, makeup was great, um, cinematography was great, but I want a little bit more. Mm.
did,
The
they,
ending was like, oh, come on, really?
and that got around. Well, that's what I mean. I mean, they really need to listen to the fans because that movie lost over $100 million.
Oh wow.
Yeah, over $100 million it lost.
Am I the
I
only one that saw it?
mean,
Myself and my date.
I didn't even know it came. You know how I know it lost because I thought it was coming out now
Oh
sometime,
man.
and I checked to see when it was coming out. It came out and left, you
Wow.
know,
And
and
it's
I was like,
funny, we
was
pushed it
that
on the
bad?
site too, on soniceclectic.com. We definitely pushed it, very high anticipation for that film just because Keanu has not been out for a while. he hasn't had that big thing, since the
Matrix.
Matrix. You know,
Yeah, that made over the. I think it cost them 63 million to make it,
mhm.
and it made 464 million. That thing, Matrix, made over
Wow.
well over what they expected.
Whoever invested in that film is pretty happy.
Yeah, yeah. Unless they backed 47 Ronin, then it was.
They probably did.
Yeah, yeah. And he was also successful. He was also successful in Constantine when he did that. So
That's actually one of my favorite movies.
really,
Yeah, yeah, I like that movie. It was really.
yeah,
It's, there's a few movies that I think that just touches everybody, no matter what it is, where you could just watch it 100 times and it's okay. And then there's actually some great movies that you could only watch them once. Like that was a great movie, but I'm really not trying to sit through that again.
yeah. That for me, that was The Exorcist. That, yeah,
Oh
no,
man.
that yeah, no, that once was good enough for me.
Oh man.
But
Yeah, but comic books today, where we're at, it's funny. It's really really funny where we're at.